So today I've had an interesting meeting at breakfast. I went to meet a person who can help me expand one of my businesses. One of my businesses is a website called SellingTxtToAd right now, SellingTxtToAd. And the main concept of SellingTxtToAd or SellingTxtToAd is that it makes it really easy to post an ad. So if you're trying to post a classifieds ad, or you're trying to sell some baby's clothes or something like that, or a book or some books and so on, a bit like what you would do on Craigslist or eBay, you might use SellingTxtToAd. And originally SellingTxtToAd was all about sending text messages, hence the name. You could use a text message to post to the website, and then you could view any ads on your cell phone. And you could also view them on a website. And we added photos and we added email so that you could send an email to us from any device, from a smartphone, from a tablet, from from a desktop and so on. And the email could be as complicated as you like. It could be just straight text even without a picture, but with a small picture. Or it could be a complete web page in your email, completely HTML with lots of graphics and so on. And whatever you sent us, we'd put it straight up on the website as an ad for whatever you were selling. And we'd take any key information from that email and post on the site, the categories that it belongs to, the keywords. It would be searched by tags, and we'd allow price and shipping information to be added, and so on. So that was the main promise of SellingTxtToAd. Well, now it's evolved and it's become social media enabled. So now you can post an ad into a Facebook group, and there are lots of those around that you sell things to people within the group, and then that ad can be automatically stripped and brought up to my website, SellingTxtToAd. And vice versa, anything on my SellingTxtToAd website that's in certain categories can be drawn down into relevant Facebook groups that are interested in those topics. So for example, I've got a group called Atlanta Babies and Kids, and anything in my Babies and Kids directory on my website which is in the Atlanta area gets sucked into that Facebook group. So anyone that's a member of that Facebook group can see all the ads in that category in their Facebook feed, in their news feed. And it makes it really easy to communicate backwards and forwards, because instead of getting an email about an ad, although you can get an email, you can just get a Facebook message that somebody wants to buy your product, or you can just include in your text of your ad your email address or your phone number, and someone can get back to you that way if you prefer. So that's kind of how it works right now. So I was trying to talk to these people this morning about that, and about how we could sell it and how we could move forward with it in the future. It was a very interesting meeting. I'm very fortunate that since Snowed Out Atlanta, I have quite a big audience, if you like, people that are interested in what I have to say. And in particular, these two that I met this morning really were those kind of people. One of them was Scott Safon, who worked at the Weather Channel as the Executive VP of Marketing. And before that, he started up CNN's HLN channel. And so he's got a really great amount of experience in the TV marketing world. And he also, before that, worked at Turner Corporate for other things. So he met a lady at Turner who he brought to the breakfast, and her name was Laurie Baird, and she works now with a number of organizations, but in particular Georgia Tech's area, where they look after new startups. So it's like an incubator. And she has all kinds of links to all kinds of other organizations. There's like Geek Girls, and there's like ATG, which is another venture within Georgia Tech, I believe, and so on. So we were talking about all the possibilities for SellingTxtToAd going forward. I told them as well that I'm going to rebadge SellingTxtToAd. I'm going to call it Sell to Me, SellingTxtTomi.com. And I'm going to give it a new look and feel and a more modern feel to it, and it's going to work much better on smartphones and smart devices and so on. So they got very excited, they sounded very interested, and so they're going to put me in touch with a whole lot of people in Atlanta who can help me potentially invest some money in the business, which will be very exciting. And we talked about what I could do with that money if I got it, and how I could use that most effectively to build up the business. But they also, both of them are marketing people, both of them saw great potential in the product, which really made me feel good. And they see it as a product that can be sold for a lot of money to a number of organizations. We were talking about the kinds of organizations that might buy it. For example, companies that want a local footprint and want to be seen as leaders in the community and people that are involved in the community. People like Home Depot, or people like Georgia Power or Southern Company, or Cox Media Group, and so on. They might all like to kind of badge my product with their own marketing logos and so on, but be able to display ads to their users that are local to that community. So it's quite exciting, and it opened up a lot of doors and a lot of possibilities to me today. So now I've got to spend a few days really looking at what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. I've sent them both a copy of my business plan and my marketing plan, and they're going to look at that in detail, and then they're going to advise me on the next steps forward, who to talk to and where to go for more information. And they also gave me a whole load of resources that I can use for advice on how to sell my startup, how to market it, and so on. So it's all very exciting, and I will keep you tuned. This will hopefully help you start up your own businesses, and we'll go step by step through it on some of these talks. Thanks.